everybody, so as you can see from the title, today we have a very Harry Potter themed video. I'm decked out in my Slytherin gear, of course. So if you live in London, you're probably aware that the British Library has come up with a whole exhibition dedicated purely to Harry Potter. There's things from J.K. Rowling's personal archives, medieval textbooks, there's games you can play, which I completely did, even though I'm a 20-year-old, but that's not the point. I booked my ticket for this months ago, so to finally be able to go was sort of like waiting for something that you didn't think was ever actually going to come. So I saw it in October, I think 2 days after it opened, so I was ready to be one of the first, and it was the best thing that it could have been, and I'm so excited to do a whole video about it because I need to tell you everything that went down, and if you are in London, to persuade you to go because you will be mind blown. So we're also doing a small haul in this video because there is a shop in the British Library dedicated to Harry Potter stuff, and you know, I was in there for about 10 years and I took so many pictures. If you want to see them, they're in my October wrap-up, so I'll link it down below if you want to read it on my blog. So because we're not allowed to obviously film in the exhibition for obvious reasons, I'm going to give you a rundown and give you a picture, so get ready for my storytelling skills. You walk in, there's this grand staircase that you go down, and there's paintings by Jim Kay, who did the illustrated edition of all the Harry Potter books. And you walk down and there's pictures of Dumbledore and McGonagall framed, and it looks like you're going through Hogwarts. And you enter a room and it's potions. And that made me realise, are we just going through all the lessons here? You're taking a tour in this exhibition through all the Hogwarts classes. So it started off with potions, where you had these giant cauldrons. There was a game where you got to make your own potions, and I was there like a little child amongst all the children, because you know, all the adults moved on past the game and walked round to read all of the textbooks and all the little notes. Me and my friend, however, we lined up with the 5-year-olds and we made potions on the screen. There was so much information that I never knew that went into Harry Potter, and the potions room I think was the most important, in particular to do with the Philosopher's Stone, because the scroll where the legend actually comes from is there, and it's behind this glass and it looks beautiful, and it gives you the steps on how to make the Philosopher's Stone. And I was just thinking, I had no idea that all of this stuff happened behind the scenes, because on the face of it you would think that J.K. Rowling's made everything up, but actually the amount of research that went into it completely blew my mind. I love history, I'm a huge history fan, so I was kind of in my dreamland. But then was the herbology room, and that room was particularly good because there was an indent in the walls, and if you put your head in to read the information about particular herbs or whatever, it had a smell from the glass, and we thought it was just our minds going crazy, but then we went to each individual screen and it had a different earthy smell, which, I mean, just what? There were drawings in these rooms from J.K. Rowling, and I had no idea that she can draw. The Care for Magical Creatures room I think might be my favourite. On one side of the room there was this white screen and they had silhouettes of animals walking through it. I just found it was the most cutest thing ever because I love nature and animals and anything to do with that. So to have a whole room dedicated to what animals J.K. Rowling researched. There are scenes that were in the first draft that didn't make it into the final books that are fully exhibited, and you can read them, and people used to just go down each page in these little groups. And in the Magical Creatures room there was a scene from Chamber of Secrets, you know when they go in the car and they fall into the tree? In the first draft they go into the lake and meet the merpeople. What? So those are the things that I mainly want to tell you about. Those are my favourite rooms. I don't want to tell you about each individual room because that's kind of spoilery. You want to go and be surprised by some of these things. And just for reference, some people have asked me this because they wanted to go themselves, and they asked how long it takes to go through the exhibition. So I went with 2 friends and one of them finished the thing in an hour. Me and my other friend, however, we were there for 3 hours. We were so invested. We were reading all of the information. We had a little break where we also played all the games, which took quite a while. I would highly recommend going to see this if you are in London. But if you're not in London, that is also not a problem, because Bloomsbury have come up with a whole book And I wasn't going to buy this because I thought, you know, I saw the exhibition, I know what's there, but I wanted some kind of memory and a souvenir that I went. So I bought myself the book version of the exhibition. So if you're not in London, it doesn't matter because it's pretty much all written in here with extra essays from authors and specialists. So this is my first item from the haul. So The Care of Magical Creatures, and a big part of the reason why I even bought this book is Steve Backshall is in charge of this chapter. And Steve Backshall is my favourite presenter for nature and animals. So primarily, he is a children's nature presenter, but that doesn't stop me from going to his live shows where he does nature talks. So you can see there's draft pages from the original Philosopher's Stone where Hagrid went to see the Muggle minister to warn him about you-know-who. And I was kind of blown away by that as well because, I mean, what the hell? So this is the scroll that I was referring to earlier in the video. So the whole thing is spread out. You can see every detail and each step is explained right by it. This cauldron, for example, stands right in the middle of the potions room. So that's pretty much my favourite thing ever. My second favourite thing, I don't need this in my life. I have so much Harry Potter homeware. Did I need to buy more? I bought myself a cauldron mug, as you do. It says apothecary department on the back, which means, you know, potions and stuff. It says Hogwarts on the front. The last thing I got myself is a bookmark that has, you know, forks on the front. And it's still in its plastic because I don't want it to get ruined. It's a really stunning bookmark. So overall, this is a beautiful exhibition and it's curated so well. It has a great flow to it as you walk through all of the classrooms. You feel like you're taking a tour of Hogwarts. It was sort of an emotional exhibition. It wasn't just about going around and seeing, oh look, here's a textbook that J.K. Rowling used. It felt like it was an extension of the Harry Potter world. Everything felt like it had a purpose there. It all tied in with all of the themes. I wish that the Defense Against the Dark Arts room had been bigger. That if there's anything that I could critique, that room would be the one, just because Defense Against the Dark Arts is so interesting. And I'm not just saying that as a Slytherin because, you know, most Death Eaters come from Slytherin and they love the dark arts. You have all of the folklore about any paranormal creatures are sort of to do with dark arts, and I wish there'd been more information there. Other than that, I am absolutely amazed at how beautiful the exhibition was. The mood of it felt very magical. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll link the British Library down below if you want to see more information or if you want to get tickets, and also if you want to purchase the book. So give this video a thumbs up. And leave a comment what house you belong to and what your favourite Hogwarts lesson would be if we all went, which we kind of all do in our heads anyway. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and I'll see you next time. Bye!